The partners involved in the pitch activities are the University of Milan in Italy. It is the Center de Research in the Crack Institute in Spain. It is our department of deciduous fruit trees in Nausa from Elgodimitra, and the Kukurova University in Turkey, and the Agricultural Research Unit in Egypt. As we know, the peach cultivation has got a significant economic importance to all Mediterranean countries, but most important to Spain, Italy, and Greece, and also Turkey. The warm-producing areas that are in the Mediterranean basin are from the most affected by climate change. This has been shown in many studies, and the main impacts are on fruit trees have got to do with increasing drought spells in spring and summer, causing water stress. They have to do with high winter temperatures, causing decreasing chilling accumulation and irregularities in bud break and reducing yields. And the incidence of extreme events like irregular incidence of rain spells, increasing incidence of late frost damages, flooding and heat waves, causing decreasing yield and decreasing fruit quality. Here you may see that the Mediterranean area in the prospection, what is going to happen in 2050 or 2090 are the areas with the hot color, showing that they are the ones that having to face the highest increase in winter temperature. In the Free Climate project, the priority traits and objectives that were set have to do with drought resistance at scion level. Responses to drought may differ, that is scarce information available on the scion performance at population level. The chilling and heat requirements, because cultivars may differ in their chilling and heat requirements, and here you may see them some pictures with effects that may be caused on the presence of small and big trees on the same branches, or different irregularities in the fruit shape, or more important, in decreasing fruit yield. Other important traits are the pathogen resistance, which from the most important for the peach cultivation is the monilian species, the brown rot resistance in the fruit. It is a disease with a worldwide yearly value of losses around 1.7 thousand million euros. Other important trait is the leaf curl caused by the fungus Tarfina deformans, and also the powdery mildew. So for all of this, what are we doing? Regarding the environmental adaptation to abiotic stress like drought and salinity test, that all partners are involved, the plant material available is the pitch ref population, which is a multi-site collection with 400 accessions. It is a pitch hybrids belonging and I will explain to you later, and also local Egyptian pitch cultivars. Concerning the resistance to brown rot, I will explain later that we have got progenies with parents with resistance to brown rot, and also concerning the local biodiversity, there is exploitation on this with germ plums collections in all involved partners in this one. So let's start with the first plant material and what we have been doing. The pitch ref population is was established at Umil in Cesena, in Lerida, from Krauk, and in Nausa. Two irrigation regimes were set with 160 and 70% of field water capacity, and the trees were the experimental design was on two different plots that were divided in stress and non-stressed. Actually, it is in control where it is well watered and deficit irrigation in 60 to 70% of field water capacity. And you may see on the graphs on the right that how is the water content in the soil varying during the season during 3 years in our department. The traits phenotyped were more or less similar in all sites, and starting in 2019 with measures in the vegetative growth, like the trunk cross-section area, maturity date, leaf fall, fruit quality in the reference cultivars, 3 reference cultivars that were there, but also fruit quality in all cultivars. Here were thermal images made that are an indication on how stressed is the tree, and also leaf gas exchange, weather potential, and measurements with a UAV platform that I will show you later. Here you may see some results from Cesena, Italy, where 1,150 trees were studied in irrigated and rain-fed. And here you may see how this maturity day, fruit weight, flesh firmness, and soluble salt contents vary in the 2 plots. Here you may see some results from our institute in 2021 and 21 and 22. On the left, you may see that the deficit irrigation reduced fruit fresh weight and increased soluble salt content, but there was no significant effect on maturity day, resistant to pressure, titratable acidity, maturity index, and peel and flesh color parameters. But it was also very important to find out that cracking incidence, which is a very important trait with high economic importance, that it was showing that the deficit irrigation reduced the fruit cracking. And the fruit cracking was higher in early ripening cultivars and lower in the warmer summer of 2021. There were measurements with an image acquisition with a UAV platform made in a crack in IRTA, only in IRTA, where simultaneously could all of these trees be evaluated for various parameters, from the most important being the actual evapotranspiration and potential evapotranspiration, the transpiration, the crop water stress index, which all of them can only be measured with a UAV platform. There were other measurements with leaf water potential and other. And this is the crop water stress index and how does it vary in the measurement in the crack trials. Analyses are under the way in the different sessions. These are under construction. Well, the pitch ref genotyping, here we have some preliminary results that were produced from the University of Milan. The genotypic data have been sent to CNR, our colleagues in Milan, for analysis and variant calling. And only preliminary data using 4.4K probes derived from 9K SNP arrays and SPET were produced. As you may see here, what is the dendrogram and the correlation among them. There has been also an association mapping for reproductive phenology in pitch ref pop made at UMIL, which is a preliminary result using only date of blooming in 2019 in Milan. And soon we will have this done with, together with 4 years of measurement and in 3 different sites. From crack, we have got another work here where is comparative QTL analysis made in the pitch F2 population and back crosses progenies related to the purple leaf characteristic. All trees with purple leaves at senescence are were found to be early ripening and the leaves fall before, but not only early ripening cultivars have purple red leaves. Another part of the work was done at the Kukureva University in Turkey, where local populations of peach species were tested for different irrigation regimes, and they were phenotyped for various parameters like photosynthetic rate and leaf temperature and various other physiological parameters. Moreover, the data analysis is under progress. Local Egyptian peach cultivars were also analyzed, and the results are, the analysis is in progress. Regarding the brown rot tolerance, which is a very, very important characteristic, we have got the work from Humil, where progenies from 2 different cultivars were assessed, genetically assessed. There was clear genetic effects, but year-to-year variability found due to environmental effects. There was correlation of brown rot tolerance with other traits like fruit maturity, maturity day, maturity degree. A list of resistant accessions were identified. There is also a work on the link mapping of peach brown tolerance. We can see here some results showing that genetic effects masked by environmental conditions and a major QTL found on chromosome 2. Perhaps, Marco, would you like to add something here? No?
What?
Okay. And the last part of work was to assess the germplasm collections and also to produce pre-breeding material. Crosses have been performed with pollen sent from different partners to the other partners with resistance to brown rot or powdery or mildew. And crosses were made with local cultivars, with cultivars with other important agronomical traits. For example, for us, that was the cultivar Caterina that has got many good quality and agronomical traits, and it is a very important cultivar for the canning industry in Greece. And here I would like to close, and thank you for your attention. The final results will be presented in the last meeting that is going to be in 6 months in Catania University in Sicily. Perhaps if there is a question, we could answer. Yes, please.
Yeah, I have a question that perhaps is for Marco. It's how these F1 individuals from contender to develop the F2 populations were chosen. If it was just based on the very resistant ones, or you also have into account other factors of maturity date or something?
The very resistant.
Yeah, you selected the 3 more resistant ones. Eh?
3 or more without symptoms.
Okay, thank you.
Perhaps our visitors from Greece may ask something if you want, since the peach cultivation is more important for us. Please feel free to make a question if you want. Okay.
Pavlina, sorry, this is Laura. Can you hear me?
I don't know if Veronique would like to ask the question, or I can just read what she wrote here.
Yes, I have 2 questions. The first question is related to the big table of the traits phenotype in the peach RefCop. Why don't you have any data from 2021 and 2022 in Spain? Okay, that's my first question. And the second question is
the first reason is that at some point we had some limitations with the pandemic of COVID. Okay, and after that we have to remove the population. we have to cut it down for some plant health problems that we had into the field. Okay, we are trying now to make all the possible to replant all this population and to have a copy again in Lleida.
Okay, so that means you won't be able to compare this population between
No,
three
we
sites.
have just data
only
from 1 year. Also, it was a shame that due to the pandemic, we couldn't finalize all the work with the UAB platform because we planned with all the partners to do the same measurements in all the 3 locations here in Greece, in Italy, but finally due to the pandemic, the team from IRTA that has started to organize all the trips to go to Greece and to go to Italy to do exactly the same measurements. Finally, they couldn't do it.
Can I add here? Yes, there was a problem in our finance officers who couldn't, according to their rules, fund such work because it is related somehow with CRAG. That's how it was presented in the project that caused a mess. And moreover, perhaps we need to mention that has not been mentioned before that the other PITREF site that is located in Murcia in the south of Spain, they have also phenotyped most of the traits like maturity day, leaf fall, fruit quality, and many others without being partners. And they are about to give us their data and be incorporated in the data analysis. And the results from their work is very, very significant. They will have a significant input because they come from an area with very much diverse and different climatic conditions because it's a very warm producing area. Moreover, we haven't mentioned that we have measured also various other traits, like in our department, we've measured the storability of about 180 cultivar solar sessions. And I think, Marco, yesterday you were telling me the next work on chilling requirements of these, all of these sessions that was done during a study made in Milan. Where already all of these accessions cultivars were assessed for their chilling and heat requirements, and they have got already 1 year of data, and this year are going to take 1 more year of data. So in my opinion, the data produced are quite huge and more than what was expected to be done during these 3-year projects, and with a budget that we had, because the budget was from each country was from our government. It was not European money. Yes.
Okay, and
That's it.
my second question was related to the irrigation traits. Well, the effect of a different management of water. I was wondering if you already had data on the year effect. Did you have a year effect, or what is the correlation rate in
Yes,
between?
you're very right, Veronica. I'm afraid that we haven't analyzed the data yet, and during these last 6 months are going to be very intensive for us to analyze them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we move to the next presentation if there is no other question. And the next presentation is on citrus from Marco Caruso from the Catania University. Marco, the floor is yours.